struggling to understand how to use the past tense correctly? If that sounds like you, then you're in the right place. Welcome to Learn English with Natalie. This is part of my mini-series focusing on the use of correct tenses in the English language. Today, we are going to be learning about the past tense. Now, last episode, we discussed regular and irregular verbs in the past tense. If you haven't watched that yet, then you may want to check it out because this is a great place to start your past tense learning. In English, discussing the past tense is essential for sharing personal experiences, stories, and events that have already happened. Today, we've got some new learning, and today we're going to be forming negative sentences in the past tense and forming questions in the past tense. Now, to make a negative sentence in the past tense, we use the words did not, followed by the base form of the verb. Now, you could say did not or didn't, and then the base form of the word. So we don't need to add any suffixes to the words in this scenario. I'll give you an example. I visited my friend yesterday. That's a positive example of using the past tense with the regular verb visited. Now I'm going to give you a negative sentence. I didn't visit my friend yesterday. Did you notice that on the second example, I didn't need to add ed on the verb visit? I'll read them both again. Positive sentence, I visited my friend yesterday. Negative sentence, I didn't visit my friend yesterday. So a top tip for learning English here, do not change the main verb in the negative form. Didn't already indicates that you're talking about the past, so you don't need to add the ed or change the verb in any way to its past tense form. We're going to have a look at some examples now. We're going to have a practice round, and we're going to do this in a my turn, your turn format, so you have a chance to practice your English vocabulary. Here we go. My turn. I didn't go to the gym yesterday. Your turn. Wonderful. She didn't finish her project on time. Your turn. Brilliant. They didn't eat breakfast this morning. Your turn. Wonderful. We didn't watch the movie last night. Your turn. Fantastic. He didn't call me back. Your turn. Lovely. And finally, I didn't see her at the party. Your turn. Excellent. And you will notice, let me reiterate that point, we do not need to change our base verb. We don't need to turn it into a past tense form of the verb because we have already used the word didn't. Now, we're going to go on to forming some questions in the past tense. To ask a question in the past tense, we start with the word did. Can you say that? Did. Lovely. So we use did, then the subject of the sentence, which I'll come to in a second, and then the base form of the verb. So the subject of the sentence is the person or thing you're relating to, like she, he, you, they. I'll give you an example. Did you watch, that's my verb watch, did you watch the movie last night? So did, you, that's my subject, watch is my verb, the movie last night. Another example, did she enjoy her trip? Let's move on to a practice round. So again, I'm going to give you some sentences. We're going to do this in a my turn, your turn format. My turn. Did you go to the party on Saturday? Your turn. Wonderful. My turn. Did she finish her assignment? Your turn. Excellent. Did they enjoy the concert last night? Your turn. Brilliant. My turn. Did you meet him at the cafe? Your turn. Wonderful. And finally, did he call you yesterday? Your turn. Fantastic. Now, I'm just going to go over the verbs we spoke about in those sentences. We used go, finish, enjoy, meet, and call. And notice that we did not have to change them into their past tense form because the word did already did that for us. Finally, here's your activity for this week. I want you to write a list of 5 past tense questions that you could ask your friend about their week. And if you're feeling confident to, you could send me an example of your work on TikTok or YouTube at Learn English with Natalie, so you can tag me there. I'm also available on Patreon, and for those of you who are looking to extend your learning even further and absolutely love reading, I have got my book club available. But it's for the book nerds only for those who are really interested in furthering their English through stories, okay? So I release 4 extra episodes every single month where I dive into a classic or modern English novel. We go into new vocabulary, and it's a great way for you to improve your English by learning English through stories and learning English through books. Thank you so much for joining me again, and make sure that you pop by next week where we cover more learning about the different tenses. I hope you enjoyed.